Greetings friends and welcome back. Today is just a quick little tutorial on how I like to apply my false lashes. I wanted to get this video out for a couple reasons. One, because I usually jump over it in my videos just because it can take me some time if I'm working with a more stubborn lash. And secondly, because it's the holiday season. I know a lot of people want to be glam and glitzy for Christmas or even New Year's Eve coming up. So I figured that I would get this out there to help people feel a little bit more comfortable about applying lashes to themselves. It really doesn't need to be a scary thing. It's all about having the right set of lashes and some practice and patience. If you'd like to see this tutorial on how I apply false lashes, keep on watching. Hi, here we are. Once more, we're talking lashes today. So I am going to use the Ardell Double Wispies. Ardell lashes are probably my favorite lashes in terms of comfortability. If you struggle applying lashes or you're uncomfortable when you're wearing them, I highly recommend wearing Ardells. The number one thing when you're applying lashes is just practice. So if you're going to an event or you have somewhere that you're going that you want to wear false lashes, put them on a couple times before you have to get ready. That way when you go to put them on the day that you want to look your best, you're not gonna struggle and you're not gonna get frustrated and melt down. So first thing is getting them out of the tray, and you wanna be gentle with this. I like to kind of pull down gently along the lash band instead of pulling from one side and like peeling them up. If you pull too hard this way, sometimes you can pull lashes right off the band. So I find it's better to just kind of coax the lash off of the plastic, and you're less likely to damage the lash. When you're working with a wispier lash, always try as you're working with them to just kind of place them back in the tray so you know which is the left and which is the right. It's always harder to tell on a wispier lash because the lashes are usually closer in length for the full lash. I have many a time put the lash on the wrong side. I just like to keep the tray in front of me as I work so that as I cut and trim and whatever, they're in front of me and I know which is the left and which is the right. So I like to apply my lashes using tweezers or like a lash applicator like this Tarte one. Some people are comfortable using their fingers. When I have my claws on, they're basically like tweezers, so I can do it when I have my claws, but not when I have my fetus hands. The next step you want to do is take your lash and hold it up to your eye. You can just kind of set it all over top of your lashes and you'll be able to see if it's too long. Should we zoom in? Please ignore how tragic my eyebrows are right now. I know it's bad. You can see that this is a little bit long on the outside. The lash kind of hangs down, and obviously we don't want that. Take it back off and put it safely in its tray. And then taking a little pair of scissors, and I trim my lashes, and what I don't know if any of these terms are technical, but I call them links. So if you're looking at the eyelash, you can see that the lashes are tied individually onto the band. So for this lash, because it's not too incredibly long, I'm only gonna cut 2 links off. So what I mean by that, again, is that if you're looking at this piece that I cut off, it's 2 little links. So now that our lash is cut, you just want to take that again and hold it to your lash to see if you need to cut any more. And that looks good to me. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim the other one and then we'll get to applying. So for these lashes, I don't know how well you can tell, but the band is actually white. So normally I would just solve that problem by using a black lash glue, but I have no clue where my black lash glue is. So I'm gonna just stick to using a clear one, but to compensate for the fact that I have a white lash band, I'm gonna take just a liquid liner. I don't know how to do this in a way that you can see me doing it, but essentially what I'm doing is just brushing that liquid liner along the lash band to cancel out any of that white. Before I apply my lashes, I usually like to do a coat of mascara. Right now, I am trying out the CoverGirl Flourish. I'm just gonna give my upper lashes a coat of this. I actually already have some mascara on because I was running errands earlier, so I don't really need to do this, but for the sake of the video, we're doing it. And while I'm at it, I'm just gonna throw some on my lower lashes because I forgot to do that. All right, so now we are ready to apply. So to do this, I take my lashes in my little tweezer tool here, and I take my glue. Right now I'm going to be using the Duo Brush On Glue. What I really like about this lash glue is that it's white in the bottle, it dries clear, but as you're working with it, it turns blue, so you know when it's tacky and ready to be applied. So I just brush a little bit of that on. I usually wait just a couple seconds. If you put on lashes with glue that's too wet, then they're gonna slip and slide all over your eye and you're gonna have a much harder time working with them. So once you let your lash glue set down a little bit, you are ready to apply. To do this, I like to hold my mirror kind of below my face so I'm looking down into the mirror. It's a lot harder to apply lashes looking straight at a mirror, but if you're kind of looking down, like how I'm looking into my mirror, it allows you to put the eyelash on while still keeping both of your eyes open. A lot of times people close their eye and they try and get in there, and that's just really, really difficult to do. So if you're looking down, you can drop the lash against your lash line and still be able to see. So I like to drop down in the middle and then tug outwards as I need to. If I've placed it too close to the front, and then I will take the front part Oh, you're gonna be temperamental, aren't you? Drop that down and then pinch along the lash band. And then I just kind of like to pull down a little bit just to make sure that I am stuck all the way across and that there's no issues. And then I just kind of plump them up with my tool. And there you go. Your lashes are on. I'm gonna go ahead and speed up applying the second pair just so that you don't have to sit through that process again. As my glue is drying, I usually like to go back in with one more coat of mascara just to help blend my natural lash to the false lash. Because we colored in our lash band before we applied the lashes, you're not going to see any of the band. If you felt like the finish on the lash glue, like you can see a little bit of a sheen where my lash glue is. If that bothered you, you can always go back in with a little bit of eyeliner and just touch that up. I always like to do my eyeliner first because it's way harder to put on eyeliner after you've got your lashes on, because now you've got to look through a whole nother layer in order to see and make sure that your liner is smooth and ready to go. Alright, so that's all I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this quick little tutorial, and I'll see you tomorrow.